Welcome to TheRant, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tony, here with Matt, and we're going to talk about something kind of stupid today. Ironically, bad teachers. Like education, all that shit. We're worrying about this today. So, first of all, like a lot of times in my school, you hear all the time that every teacher in the school is shitty. Like nobody's a good teacher in here. Not every teacher is shit. I have a list of good teachers in my school that I love, but there are also really terrible teachers that I really feel like naming. There's just so many that are just like terrible because they do stuff like give you new notes every day, have tests on fucking Mondays and shit where you forget everything. They give you shitloads of homework and they try to teach you new shit like every fucking day, and it's like you can't. Like, the way I say it, you can't teach somebody algebra one day and teach them calculus the next,
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
At my school is one of the best educational schools in the country, Corona Del Mar High School. We have a really good water polo team, too. All around, it's a really good school, but there's still some teachers that are just in it for the money. And if you're just in it for the money and you don't care about kids getting an education.
The thing is, in my school, what money? In my school, the teachers don't get paid worth shit.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you have to take out your anger on your students who actually are trying to learn. And my dad read me this interesting stat. Down below Long Beach, I believe, in Northern California, or excuse me, above Long Beach in Northern California, there is a school where they took the SATs and only 13% of every student was proficient in math, and only 28% were proficient in English. That means that, do the math, 72% of kids are not good at English. That is unbelievable. Every teacher needs to be fired from that school. Every single one.
See, you can't optionally blame the teachers sometimes because like it's really just the ignorance of a lot of the kids. Like you can't it's like this old expression. You can't expect somebody to it's like a long time ago I said, I can't remember where it was. You cannot people can't pay attention to something that bores them. Like again, go back to the wrestling thing. Like I'm not gonna pay attention to a wrestling match that bores me. Like personally, I don't much care for WWE tag team wrestling. It honestly bores me these days because it's all very predictable. They're gonna crawl to their corners and they're gonna jump in. Yes, get the tag. That bores me. I know it's gonna happen. It's very predictable. I'm gonna flip the channel. I'm gonna watch White Collar or Scrubs or whatever for until the match is over. Then I'm gonna flip the wrestling. But it's like school. Other people have their favorite subjects. People have their least favorite subjects. I personally despise math. I don't see any point in it, and I think it's freaking stupid. But I love science. I love history. I don't really love English, but I'm okay with English. I get like A's and shit in science and history, and I'm not that good at math. I'm not like good as a math person. On statistics I am, but not in algebra. But like back to the teachers. It's like teachers these days, they honestly don't give a shit. Like I think the janitor in my high school is probably smarter than some of the teachers in there. In fact, I know he's smarter than two of these ones. These two teachers here, Miss Hornbrook and Mrs. Anderson. Miss Anderson was just a crazy bitch, crazy freaking teacher. Like I think she might have been a pedophile. I'm not just saying that to trash her, but there was this one day. She got this back massager thing, and she came into school. She wouldn't shut up about it. She said, "Oh, it's so awesome," and then she got it out of her bag and started massaging some black kid's neck with it.
Dude, she wanted to get smashed by him, dude.
Dude, it's freaking creepy. It was really creepy. I was like, whoa. Yeah, it was a weird experience just to see. That's molestation. Oh my God! There is 27 people witnessing molestation. Nobody is doing anything about it. This lady's like I think she was like 64 at the time, and she was like massaging people's backs. Like, why is nobody punching this bitch? I was seriously wondering that. And then the weirdest part was the principal walked in, and he didn't do shit. He looked at her for like a second, and he was like, and she just continued. She didn't care. She just continued. It's like, oh, hey, what's up?
Well, there's one teacher in my school. He's been teaching for 33 years, never missed one day. That's a good teacher.
Yep.
And I hate how teachers sometimes like they get distracted and talk about their personal life. I don't care about you or anything you talk about, except something that is educational and useful to me. So just shut the fuck up and teach.
Right. And then there's then Miss Hornbrook was like, she was a bitch. She was a crazy bitch. Like every day, she was my art teacher, so she was like the kind of person who looked at everything as art. Like honestly, and there was a fucking little candy bar wrapper on the ground. She was like, that is an expression of today's generation. We don't give a fuck. You know, shut up. You know.
No, dude, okay. Better story. There was a math teacher at my school, Mr. Smith. Everybody loved him. They thought he was awesome because he was a cool guy. Turns out he was dealing weed and smoking weed with 15-year-old kids at our like neighboring high school. That's pretty funny. What a dirtbag, you know?
I don't know. I know. I think my head principal does weed in his office. Actually, not just weed. I think he's like seriously. I remember walking. His desk is brown, but it has like this whitish tint to it, and a bunch of scratch marks on it. So I seriously think he's lying and some shit up in there. But he hasn't got much to do, and nobody's really going to say shit to him because that's just blackmail, you know. Pretty much my opinion is I think teachers need to give a little bit more of a shit about what their students are trying to learn and slow down a little bit. Like I said, can't teach algebra one day and then go to calculus the next. Slow the fuck down. It doesn't, you know, we're not in AP for a reason. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll see you next time, guys. It's Tony, Matt, and bye.